So, what happens with the house in divorce? We've got a question from the Illinois Divorce Support Network, our private Facebook group. In order to buy out the spouse, do you refinance and take cash out of your equity? Is any appraisal good enough to provide to the judge? Can I sell after the divorce at a higher price and not have to share additional earnings with him? And this person's trying to decide if keeping the house is a good choice with them. A refi will leave them financing a lower amount than any new house to buy, won't have profit advantage to help pay off the debt. Okay, so the answer to this question is when you buy out your spouse, there's a couple ways to do it. Some people take on debt. Some people will give retirement assets to the other person or take less retirement assets to the other person. There are issues with that because you're dealing with pre-tax versus, cash asset values. So there's an issue there. The court won't do that, by the way. You'd have to be the one to calculate that trade-off and work that out by agreement. So a refinance and a buyout is a typical way that that's done. And the question, any appraisal good enough to provide to the judge? No, if value of the house is disputed, you need to have a professional appraiser do the work who normally does real estate appraisals, not just a CMA or comparative or competitive market analysis done by a realtor. You need an actual licensed appraiser. You want to find somebody who's experienced in testifying and preparing the appropriate reports so that person would stand up at trial and could testify and get their report into evidence. So what I can tell you is if either party wants to sell the home, it's going to be sold. There's no way to force an award of the house to one person or the other in divorce in the Chicagoland or Illinois, in the state of Illinois. So keep that in mind. You really have to work these buyouts out by agreement. A court will not order that. So appraisals are typically used in negotiating, and normally it's just a matter of figuring out what the value is, reaching an agreement on it, and then negotiating a buyout. Can you sell after the divorce at a higher price and not have to share additional earnings? Yes, if the buyout is done, it's your house and you can sell at any point in the future and you don't share those earnings with your spouse. Now, some people agree to hold on to the house together and sell it at a future date, and they work out an arrangement to do that. In that case, you would be sharing the proceeds down the road. So you've got to weigh all this stuff and decide if keeping the house is good for you. I talk about this in my book, I Just Want This Done, How Smart, Successful People Get Divorced Without Losing Their Kids' Money and Minds. Check that out for more. Link in bio. Thank you.